Hello and welcome to Just Hoops. Going into next season, there's going to be a lot of new faces and new places and names to look for, but Peyton Watson should be somebody you keep your eye on. He's a terrific player, showed a lot of spots of brilliance both in the G League and the NBA in his minutes. I think he can come in right away and impact immediately for the Denver Nuggets. Going into some stats, we're going to first look at his G League numbers. You can see that he was terrific. 22 points a game, 6.6 rebounds, 2.3 assists, 1.1 block a game. Pretty efficient shooting, except from three. And then when we look at his per 36 numbers in his minutes in the league, 14.5 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks, shooting really efficiently. He's shown glimpses of being a highly effective and impactful player. So let's dive into the film and see what we can look forward to from Peyton Watson next year. Let's start with his finishing ability at the offensive end of the floor. We can see in the first bunch of clips in transition, he has the ability to get in and go off the glass, push the break, be the lead ball handler, get downhill, and finish at the rim through contact, above defenders, just an overall really solid finisher who's also able to change directions and finish with either hand. When it comes to his ability to push the break, I think that just shows his elite athleticism and strength as he goes into being a more dominant role for the Denver Nuggets. And he's also able to play off the ball. On the break, he runs hard, he has great hands, able to make himself available, catch and finish these plays both as a lob threat and just as a floor runner. Then in the half court, you can see the strong driving is evident. He's very strong going to his right hand. He's able to finish these plays through contact consistently. And I think it's going to be something great to see as he progresses in his NBA time of being able to put it on the bounce and make plays downhill. You can see he does a terrific job with his size and strength to create angles, attack closeouts, and give himself opportunities around the basket. But also, not including his ability to attack off the bounce, he also does just a good job at understanding where he needs to put himself off the ball to be successful, whether it's in slashing situations, spot up situations, whether he's working the porch. He's a really good feel and understanding for the game, and he just puts himself at the right spot consistently. Going into next season, his ability to create angles off the bounce and move off the ball will be vital in him filling the role of Bruce Brown and being an offensive spark plug for the Denver Nuggets. To add some numbers to his finishing ability, he shot 58.1% at the rim, and I just think going into next season, the variety of which he can finish with, the strength he had last year, he'll just grow from where he was and be even better in this area of his game. Now let's talk about spacing ability. It's very raw, but he has a solid base and foundation to build off of. We're going to see all of his made three attempts in this video right here. He shot 39.1% from three, 40.9% on catch and shoot, but he's not good from the foul line. So you can see the rawness in his jump shot, but overall you can see that he has really good flow from the ground up, gets his feet down solidly, gets a good arc and high release on the ball. So I think that flow and solid release will definitely get a lot of quality looks around Jokic. I think he'll be able to capitalize, but it's definitely a part of his game this offseason he has to improve on and become more consistent to get more meaningful minutes and be more impactful in his time on the floor in Denver. Next, let's talk about his playmaking and feel for the game. You can see in this first bunch of clips, we'll go back to transition. He just has a good understanding of when a teammate is available to go make a play. These first two passes, you see him get downhill, find the cutters around him, and just make the right pass to the open player to go out there and make a easy finish at the rim just because he has an understanding, good vision, is able to put the ball in the right spots. And then when it comes to the half court, he's an incredible interior passer. I think that is the one flashing thing from his game last season and all the minutes he had for the Denver Nuggets. He did a great job at getting downhill, and when he got paint, he had an understanding of defensive rotations and then also had a good feel for where his teammates were coming from and where they will be. He was able to deliver the ball on time and on target, did a really good job at dump down passes to the porch, allowing the bigs to go to work, and he's an underrated lob passer. I think going into next year, he'll do a great job at playing with Jokic, with DeAndre Jordan, and being able to give them good looks around the basket and also find slashers on the move. And then the last thing we're going to talk about is his defensive potential and upside. In this first bunch of clips, we'll see him guarding one-on-one on the perimeter, and just who he is guarding and the matchups he has is incredible to see a young player take these head on and be pretty successful. You can see here guarding Kevin Durant, he was able to slide, stay in front, and contest the shot. Here in this next clip, you'll see him against De'Aaron Fox. On the switch, he picks up De'Aaron Fox, is disruptive at the point with his length and athleticism, stays in front, and blocks the shot from behind. And then in this clip here, he has Steph Curry on the switch. He's active with his hands, physical with the body, playing without fouling, and making him forced into a tough layup. Here he stays connected to Kevin Durant off the ball, stays with him, and gets a really good contest on the shot. And this last clip here, we got Ochai Agbaji. He picks him up on the switch. You can see the hand activity, feet activity. He stays in front, contests the three, and just makes things more difficult for the player on the ball. In terms of him guarding on the ball, his hands are up. He slides and moves really well laterally. The feet activity, the hip movement, and he plays pretty sound and by playing without fouling. The disruptiveness he has at the point of attack is next level, and I think that that's really what's going to make him successful and easily plug in to the Denver Nuggets, making him a playable player and somebody that can come in and help the team out at this end of the floor where they were up and down last season. I think he can be a plus defender at the end of the day. But then when it comes to the other parts of the defense, you can see off the ball, he's more than willing to make multiple efforts, whether it's through action like there against Kevin Durant, staying on the screen, or whether it's just being positionally sound, Xing down right there, taking the shooter out of rhythm. Just doing all these little things that add up to winning plays at the defensive end of the floor. Being able to contest three-point shots without fouling. Being able to put yourself in position off the ball to make a play at the rim or to rotate out and contest a shot, or to contest and make a second contest on a swing. Just the multiple efforts, the high energy, and everything that he brought to the defensive end of the floor in limited minutes last year just shows that he can be such a big-time player at this end of the floor and just a winning player overall for Denver. In these next two clips, just look at how disruptive his length is on closeouts, coming from the plug to contest the three in the corner there, and then here against Steph Curry, he's great positionally, stunts in, runs out, and his length necessarily makes Steph Curry airball. And then at the end of the day, we talked about it a little bit, but the multiple efforts. Here, he got caught on a screen, got back in front of his guy, then he plays the gap solidly, gets out, contests the three. And to wrap things up, this last clip shows exactly what we mean by giving multiple efforts and being willing to make plays as a team defender. Here, you can see he makes that initial closeout, runs back into the lane to plug against the big, and then sprints back out to run Kevin Huerter off the line. Tremendous defensive play. Peyton Watson has the potential to come in and be an instant impact guy in Denver. He can do a lot at both ends of the floor, but I'm really excited to see him fit around Jokic, Murray, and the rest of the team. So I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something about Peyton Watson. For more content like this, please like, subscribe, and share, and we'll catch you in the next one.